There's no any difference. Arahant, Pacceka Buddha as well as Sama Sambuddha, they are free from all the kind of defilements. They are free from sufferings. They have put end to the birth and death existence. They are beyond the circle of existence. Well, then what is the difference between them? Difference is, friends, Supreme Buddhas, their knowledge, their wisdom, their great compassion, their great power and various abilities are uncountable, immeasurable and limitless. And they are the one who established the dispensations. They are the one who turned this wheel of the Dharma. And they are incomparable in that sense. Arahants and Pacceka Buddhas are inferior to Supreme Buddhas. So all the Buddhists in the world, without any argument, accept those people who are trying to be perfectly enlightened Buddhas. They are the supreme ones. Arahants, having attained enlightenment, he too works for the well-being and happiness of the others, but his ability is limited. Pacceka Buddha too works for the well-being and happiness of the others. His abilities also limited. But when it comes to the Supreme Buddha, and he has got limitless power and abilities to teach the Dharma and spread the Dharma, make the living beings understand this perfect truth. There's another question related to this is, how can we recognize or differentiate these three types of Bodhisattvas? And what makes a person who is trying to be perfectly enlightened Buddha different from other two? That's the great question. That's what makes difference. To understand this, I'll give you a few histories. One of these is Bodhisattva Siddhartha, one of his past life in deep distant past, he met one of the Buddha known as Tanhaka. At that time, he got the opportunity, and he was in a favorable condition to become an Arahant. At that moment, he was a great ascetic who achieved various kind of psychic powers. He got the opportunity. All the favorable conditions were rising there for him to realize this truth. But he decided, made the resolution, aspirations to become perfectly enlightened Buddha. So he made the wish, I too one day become a Buddha like you. Buddha Tanhaka understood his wish and said, this great ascetic one day will become a Buddha. And as a mark of respect, Buddha Tanhaka offered 8 handfuls of flowers to this Bodhisattva. And all the other monks who are Arahants also offered flowers to this Bodhisattva. But this is what you should understand. How Bodhisattvas are venerated even by Arahants, even by Buddhas, because they are supreme living beings. They are not ordinary beings, but Those ordinary beings, by their own effort, following the righteous path and cultivating the qualities, they become incomparable, supreme living beings. And here, this Bodhisattva had the ability and opportunity to attain enlightenment, but he wanted to become a Buddha out of great compassion towards all the other living beings. This is another very interesting story that is recorded in Tibetan tradition. And in this story, 3 men, they were traveling in the desert. They are very thirsty, they are very hungry, they did not have any food or drink, and they were suffering in the desert, and they were walking all the way looking for a path, a way to get rid of. And suddenly they came across a very tall wall. There was no door to cross through and go to the other side. What did they do? They climbed up climbed the shoulders of one another, and the first one, he peeped to the other side of the wall, and he said, "Eureka," and jumped to the other side. Second one too tried it harder and climbed up, and he too jumped to the other side. Third one, who was carrying the other two, he tried and tried and tried with undergoing a lot of difficulties. Finally, he too climbed up to the wall, and he saw on the other side there are a lot of trees full of fruits, and there are fountains filled with cool water and flowers. Seems living beings are living over there very peacefully. But instead of jumping to that side, this third person jumped back to the desert, having a lot of compassion towards all the other living beings who are wandering in the desert, with a great compassionate heart, to let them know that there is a safe place. This third person is known as Bodhisattva. So friends, through these two stories, you may understand a person who is trying to be a Buddha is supreme than the other two. But the other two positions are also very important, and they are also Bodhisattvas. To recognize the first Bodhisattva who is going to be a Buddha, there is a special term, that is Mahabodhisattva. And here a question arises. Can anyone become a Bodhisattva? Can you also become a Bodhisattva? Yes. We all have the potential to become Bodhisattvas. You all can become Buddhas. You all can become Pacceka Buddhas or Arahants. But it's up to you to decide. You have the full freedom to decide what you want to be. So according to the early Buddhist teachings, you are free to decide what you want. And it's not compulsory that all should become Buddhas or all should become Arahants. If you want to become a Bodhisattva, you have to cultivate necessary qualities. So there are 10 qualities that should be cultivated. One of them is dana. What is dana? Giving. When ordinary people give away, they may give with different